Morning, episode 5, Sundown Sports. Kyle, Mark, don't need really much more of an introduction. It is May 23rd, Monday.
22nd.
May 22nd, 2023, Monday. Let's get away with episode 5. Quick news stickers. You see that? Can you see that? That's the logo everyone seems to love. We're going to try to get that 0 or the O with the cactus and make that bigger too. That's one. And
our brothers from Artificial Intelligence.
All right.
It's an interesting one.
All right, my brother. It's just like a shirt.
Oh, true.
There you go. Those are 2 new stickers.
Is that shirt stickered on?
I'm sure it's not stickered.
Oh, no, it's not.
We also got shirts for everyone. Everyone who ordered them, all the shirts came in.
Yeah, so stop complaining.
Pink one's in. The black was a big color.
What color is that one? Oh, that's black too.
You got the gray with the little cactus logo.
Oh, that looks good.
And then deep blue.
Whoa.
So shirts are in for everyone who ordered them. You can still order your shirts if you like. Just let us know on the Instagram, Sundown Sports 520. Big shout out to Will. Will was the first one to get a shirt. So Will, congratulations on getting your shirt, on your stickers. Catch us on the Instagram. Shout out Will.
Yep.
Say we don't have a lot. We have no errors. Again, we're perfect.
We had no errors last week.
No errors.
That's pretty good.
And no special guests today. Just me and Kyle. Mm-hmm. Mr. Picks, we'll give him a call. Maybe State of New York, phone calls. But just me and Kyle today. We're just going to go right to current events. There's nothing really cool to talk about with the NFL.
Yeah, it's a little lull.
They keep doing the ranking things where it's like, oh, we're going to rank these 10 receivers and these 20 running backs, and like, give us your best rankings. And, of course, it's like huge East Coast bias and the sports media people who they like. Man, I just think those are kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Not my thing.
It's filler.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It gets people talking like us. We just fell for it.
Yeah, we did. We had rookie camps.
Yeah.
We kind of touched about that last week, and then there was really nothing new going on in the NFL except the biggest news that Bills punter Matt Arzaria, poor dude, was cut from the team because he was accused of some sexual assault, and then now he's cleared of it. Wasn't even charged. Wasn't even arrested.
Right.
Like the dude wasn't even present at the time.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this guy had the media dealt him his punishment first, so he didn't even get his time to defend himself. I gotta say, very unique thing. Like, he never came like super out and was like adamant against it. He kind of let just like, hey, it'll all figure itself out. It's just unfortunate that he got cut and his name got dragged. Hopefully, he gets another shot somewhere, and I think he will.
Yeah, I think you're right. He just kind of died off when the news came out, and nobody seemed to like pick it up and seem to care about it.
Yeah, it was a big deal for like a week, and then it went away, and that, I don't know, that's when you kind of start wondering like, where is this going to go? Because he's not been arrested, like you said, or charged. It was just a lot of big allegations, and those key words were said about him. So I hope this last year he was just like in the lab working on his game. He's like, the comeback's coming.
Yeah, it's a super unfortunate. I think he'll get on to a team, but I think a team is going to wait longer and longer and longer just to kind of avoid the stigma, because it'll be there.
Yeah,
the guy was completely cleared of his name.
Wasn't even there.
Wasn't even present.
That's the weirdest part. Is like, it'd be like, oh, if he was at the party, nope, wasn't even there.
And he was nicknamed the punt god.
Yeah,
imagine being so good that you get God at the end of your position.
As a rookie, no less, too. That was a lot of pressure. I remember that, like, going into the camp, watching that unfold of, like, oh, this dude is killing it. And then this came out, and you're like, oh, boy, that's tough. And I mean, it's not like he had to go through this last year he had to do a lot of like live reps and stuff. He just has to kick a ball. Like that's his job. So I'm sure if he was like really like dead set on getting back into the league, he probably could really stay up with his stuff. I mean, the Jets punter situation, they just signed Thomas Morstead, who's been punting for 50 years. So
Thomas
like
Morstead's good.
He's a good punter, but like that's what the punting game is like. They're getting guys that are like 39 years old and they're like, hey man, can you punt it 48 yards, please? Because we can't have a guy that's punting 32 yards anymore, like the Jets used to have. So he'll get a shot. I think this summer will be big. He'll probably, whether it's an injury to a punter or something, will get his way. I don't want to say sneak his way onto a team, but they'll probably do it weirdly.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, yeah, we brought this guy in. And people are like, oh, isn't that the – yeah.
But he was cleared.
He's cleared.
Wasn't even there.
So
some lady dragged his name through the mud for maybe something happened to her. Maybe it's legit. I don't know.
Yeah, but why name drop? I mean, we know why.
It was a punk guy.
Right. But like no punishment for that lady.
Yeah, tough. Brooks Koepka won the PGA Championship. Huge for the Live Tour dudes.
Yes.
Why does the PGA even bring Brooks Koepka over to their championship? Because his name? Because he still draws the numbers?
I don't know the specific rules, but isn't there stuff about the majors where if you've won certain ones, like
you're automatically invited?
Right, you're allowed back. And this was before, like obviously Live was a thing that these guys get these like almost life invites, then not thinking that there'd ever be a good competition to the PGA. And they have to kind of fall back on it. Like guys like Phil and Brooks get to come back to these events. And Brooks looks good, man. He's healthy. He's a beast. I just like his attitude. And I don't think PGA loves it. So like it was kind of neat that he did win because he's big, just doesn't give a shit. That's my one curse. And I like the whole Live vibe of just like we're there to party, wear shorts, play good golf,
yell in the backswings.
Yep, hang out with buddies, drink some beers and stuff. I think it's cool, and I think it is very interesting that he did win because it's just kind of those old men yelling at cloud were not pumped about it yesterday for sure.
Well, they were saying that he would like walk to a tee box and people would be booing him, and it just I don't know.
So silly. Figure it out. You're there to watch golfers at a high level. So what?
I also don't think it's ever been done in another sport where we had two leagues, but like guys would still come back. Maybe soccer is the only thing.
Yeah, it is weird because there's no other sport like this where there's like a direct competitor where people have left but are allowed back into major events. I mean, obviously it has a lot to do with the singular aspect of it that you're your own team.
Yeah.
So like tennis would be another option, but those guys just like play the majors and stuff. I don't know. I think it's really interesting going forward. Hopefully like a lot of this beef just like dies down, but these guys went for money.
Right. Well, did you watch the Netflix series?
I've heard really great things about it.
You can watch the Brooks Koepka part, and he got his injury.
Right.
And he was hurting his back, and he was like out of competition, and he was really worried about like
getting
back in to the where he can compete. And it's no secret PJ pays less than Liv.
Mm-hmm.
So Liv came and said, like, here's just guaranteed money.
Yeah.
You come out and shoot whatever, 100, you're going to make $400 million.
And you can tell some of the backlash from the media about Liv without and I'm not talking about the Saudi connections, thing, but yeah. Like some of the stuff you could just tell was just like sandbagging by like PGA going to ESPN and being like, hey, this story, we're hearing that the Liv guys like aren't getting paid. And you're like, how do you like verify that kind of stuff? Like, are you going to go up to Brooks and be like, hey, did you get paid last month? Like, yeah. They're just making stuff up to try to like rustle things. Hopefully it just gets settled because it's cool to see them like the best competition playing. If they start banning these guys, it's gonna be really stupid.
Well, if you're into golf, you got to watch that Netflix series. It talks about Brooks. It talks about, what's the other guy? The Ian guy from England. He came out. They followed him around. So it's a really good series. Something you got to watch.
Yeah, I've heard.
PJ really versus Liv. I'm glad Brooks Koepka won too. He is a pretty humbled, like down to earth type of dude. He's not out there bragging all the time. He's not out there, being in people's faces or telling people like LIV is way better than the PGA. The dude just wants to play golf and win championships.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. So congrats to him. The Oakland A's are heading to Las Vegas, it looks like. They're going to be building their stadium on the Strip. We tweeted out the photo. The Tropicana, which is where they're going, right next to MGM and Excalibur, has already told their employees like they're required by law to tell them so far out. So they gave them like the 18 to 24 month heads up. Like we're closing. We're done. Find a new job. So the Oakland A's going to be playing baseball on the Strip, Las Vegas A's.
Not to be confused with the Tropicana, which is the field that the Rays play in currently.
Yeah.
So
Tropicana for the Rays is going nowhere.
Yeah, that and
the Tropicana Hotel,
right,
done.
All 12 fans of the Rays down there they'll be fine.
Mr. Pix is a big Rays fan.
The Rays are very good right now. I think that's great for baseball. I think Oakland is terrible right now. They're in a bad spot. Their owner doesn't care. They got 50 people that show up to games. I saw a video of their seat ushers still busting balls about the 10 people that show up, where their seats are, being like, dude, there's no one here. You really, that's the priority of your organization, is to be like, hey, you're not supposed to be in this row and there's 0 people around. But it's good. Oakland, unfortunately, you're going to have to lose a team. Your owner dealt you that card a little bit, didn't really care. People like that Moneyball shit movie, but now you're in Vegas and it's going to be a lot cooler.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's fine. People love it. Jonah Hill's fat in it. Brad Pitt's cool. It's just, they didn't win a championship. Moneyball was all they figured it out. They never won. They got far. They never won.
Yeah.
What's the dude's name? What Brad Pitt's name in real life? I don't remember. He's still around. He's not a winner.
And then the formula didn't play out over time.
No.
It's almost like a flash in the pan thing.
It was. Yeah, just whatever. Average movie. It's overrated. But Las Vegas.
You know what I saw this weekend? Air.
Oh, wait. I've heard a lot of good things about Air.
Air's good.
Yeah, what would you give it out of 10?
I would give it mid 8. 8.
That's high.
8.3.
This is movies, not just sports movies. All movies. It's
mid 8. You know why? It's because it's a good documentary. I was thinking over the weekend, there isn't in Air, there isn't that one moment you want to re-watch 100 times. The oh my gosh moment. The whole thing is just pretty steadily good. Just continues the same thing over the entire movie.
Yeah.
So
I'll watch it. Is it available at home?
Prime, yeah, just
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
I might do that.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I've heard good things.
You obviously know the outcome. Michael Jordan clearly signs with Nike.
Oh man, don't spoil that for our fans. Are you shitting me?
But just even knowing that outcome, you sit back and you just kind of laugh at the decisions being made by a corporation. You kind of laugh at the response made. Nike clearly wanted to make Michael Jordan the star of the shoe, and Converse and Adidas clearly wanted to make their shoe the star of Michael Jordan. That's kind of what they. So watch the movie. It's a good movie. If you don't know anything about the history of Michael Jordan signing with Nike, it does a really good job, I think, for a common fan.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Air's a good movie. Moneyball,
bad movie.
Air, good movie. Check it out. So, do you think being on the Strip, they're going to put a casino in it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome for them. Sports betting is just everywhere now. There's
no gambling in Allegiant though.
I think there's little kiosks, dude. I think there's little sports box. I don't know about the access to being able to gamble on the Vegas nights in their stadium. I don't know, unless there's time period. I imagine it is. If you could do it on your phone, why not? But it's everywhere. It's the norm. They want to probably try to be hip and cool and get ahead of it. It's going to be really interesting. And also the A's played in a crappy facility forever. They played half football field, half baseball field with the Raiders.
This thing will be state of the art. There's no way you build a stadium on the Strip and it's not.
Yeah, and it's crap. It's going to be cool.
It's going to be amazing. So their team will probably play harder just because they're in a cool stadium.
Yeah, true. That it brings players in for sure too.
Why does everybody think Oakland going to Las Vegas?
Yeah, the 2 in a row is kind of interesting. Maybe it's just close enough where the fans can kind of make it work, but not really that close.
The Raiders did a good job of moving over and keeping their fan base. So do the A's have a fan base?
No.
They'll grow one.
Yeah, the fans of Moneyball.
Yeah. So that's the current events that happened. What I think we're gonna do is we did an Instagram video where I walked around Walmart. I was like, what drink are we gonna do? That drink is not Kyle's drink.
Oh no!
But I don't want to tease the people and leave them hanging, so I'll go grab the drink.
Okay.
From the Walmart. You don't want one.
No, I saw what it was, so this was a surprise to me. Mark pulled this out, and I said, at 8:30 in the morning, there's no way I'm gonna attempt to try this. It's alcoholic. It probably was warm.
No, it was cold.
Well, you put it in the fridge.
I don't know. I brought it from fridge to fridge. The Jack Daniels in the Coke Zero bottle are canned.
Okay. Yeah, that's the mix. I'm going to grab mine while you taste yours. Mine is also alcoholic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but it's not.
You can't do Jack Daniels?
Jack and Coke.
Listen, we're going to just give it a sticker. Look at that. Let me tell you the quality of these stickers, and I like them. They're nice and smooth on top. Okay? This one's a little bit more glossy, but nice and smooth. They stick to everything. This is a cold aluminum can. Oh, behind the thing. They just stick to the cold aluminum can. No issues.
You just blew a sticker on that?
Yeah. Oh, sticker. You know what? I could probably take it off and put it back. Nope. That's how good they are. That's how good they stick. Our stickers are high quality. Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, I haven't even shown the camera yet. So.
Okay, we're going to do this. I shot a video for you guys. It's good crack.
Not bad.
It's a good crack. Put the sticker on. Let me tell you. This drink right here tastes like college.
Oh, boy.
At 2 a.m. It is what you think it is. It is Coke and Jack Daniels all together. And it kind of already has that like aftertaste the minute you drink it of drinking a lot of Jack Daniels.
It's Coke Zero, too.
Yeah, well, we don't want to drink our calories.
I guess not.
No,
but
don't drink your calories.
That means you're just going to be drinking Jack strong.
Yeah, so if you're like, if you're a fan of shooting whiskey and you're like, you don't like Jack Daniels, you like better whiskeys. So if you're a fan of mixing your whiskeys, usually mix your Jack with your Coke.
Right, like you want the fresh mix, right?
Right.
You don't want sitting together mix.
And because of that, you get that aftertaste as soon as it hits your mouth. Ugh. If I was hammered, I could drink 10 of these. You know, it's a classic.
What's the percentage? 7. Okay.
7. It's just a classic combination. But just like open a can, sit down, have one drink, go to a restaurant and order this. In the can form, just like all mixed together, not at a party where I'm trying to get trashed. It's a 6.5.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate. That's not bad.
Not bad.
How much would you charge if you were a bar giving that out? Not trying to upcharge people, reasonably priced. How much would you charge people for that?
For this 7%, I'd probably charge $6.50.
Yeah.
Oh,
$6.50.
Oh,
interesting.
Ooh.
Direct correlation?
Ooh.
Maybe.
I like how we did that.
I don't want to overshadow you, but this drink here, just so people can see it really close up, this has been coveted for a year. There's written stories about the Mountain Dew alcohol coming out, and they tested it in like Ohio, and then months and months and months later, they slowly released it. This is the Baja Blast flavor. I had the other flavor, the normal flavor. I put it on my story, didn't even review it. You called me out. You're like, where's the score? I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't that good. I didn't feel like reviewing it. It was really weird. Big can. This is more of
the regular flavor.
Yeah, it was regular green Mountain Dew Baja Blast, 0 sugar. But no, this is Baja Blast, 0 sugar. So I found it at Fry's.
Okay.
There's a lot of them. So that's kind of concerning. I'm going to be honest. There was like legitimately 80 packs stacked up. They did like a thing, like a presentation of them. You know how Fry's does that?
Yeah.
Blocks up an aisle.
Yeah, when it's like football season, you can buy a million sodas and kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People have been asking about this flavor.
Right.
They're telling us, I've been sent photos. People have asked me about it. when are you going to do the Mountain Dew? You're going to do the Mountain Dew.
So this is the other part about, I was going to ask you, similar to your Coke and Jack, do you shake these? I feel like you have to.
I don't think you can.
Right, because it would explode, but like...
What keeps the flavor mixed?
Yeah, it's fermenting somewhere. This is not bad for these dopey things. I'm going to give it like a... This is 2 sips. I'm not going to like drink the whole thing because I'm sure the whole thing, you get better mixtures of things. And if I poured this into a glass, I probably should have poured it into a glass.
Well, why don't you give the review now?
And then
I'll get a glass.
Later on, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll pour it in. I don't want to drink a Mountain Dew at 8 in the morning, but
sometimes you just gotta
it's
get
good.
a little tipsy.
I think it's like a 7.9.
Okay.
You can taste the Baja Blast. It's definitely a Baja Blast zero sugar though. They have them at Taco B. You can get it. Next time you go to Taco B, try a zero sugar Baja Blast. If you're not trying to like, I don't want to have a soda right now. It's good for a zero sugar soda. So you could taste the zero sugar Mountain Dew in this. It's good. 7.9. Hopefully, if you mix it, maybe put it on some ice. Maybe if you make it like a slushy. But I'm a big slushy guy. Jake Fraley always calls me out on that shit. Jake's getting 2 shout-outs in a row.
He is our biggest listener.
Yeah.
If you think you're a bigger listener than Jake, then try to prove him up.
Yeah. But Jake gets a shout-out because he's like, oh, you just love slushies. It's true. Who doesn't like slushies?
And that's a good slushy.
That would be a great slushy. So
when I go to Taco B,
yeah,
I order it slushy format.
Yeah, you have to. I do. It sucks saying it, but because I think it's called a freeze. Like I'll have the Baja Blast freeze, and you just sound weird saying it.
I just go and tell them I just want the slushy.
A Baja Blast?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's great. Every time it's so good. It's probably terrible for
you. We also live in Arizona, and it's 1,000,000 degrees out every day. So you need like a mid-afternoon slushy.
Yeah, we should. So 7.9. Get it on ice. I'm sure it'll be better. Slushy form will be probably the best. So that's your review.
You going to finish that later today?
Probably not. It's probably going to go right down the drain. But I bought a pack, so
no, that's true.
It's okay.
All right, those are reviews. Make sure you please drink responsibly. This looks like a Coke Zero. Like if
you're
just
blocking the part.
Well, yeah, I know, but if it's just like in the fridge up high,
yeah,
you kids could grab this. So please, when they start getting all kid friendly with these damn cans, make sure you're putting your alcohol can somewhere safe. That's our PSA for the day.
Yeah, this one's only 5%, so the kids could be
they
fine
can't
on these.
They're gonna go to bed, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
NBA Finals recap.
Oh
man, the NBA Finals have been
weird,
interesting.
Oh man, where do you want to start? Which one? Which 3-0 do you want to start?
Interesting. I think everyone wants us to start Nuggets Lakers. Let's start Celtics Heat.
I think we're one of the biggest. Okay, we're gonna start Celtics Heat. You threw me off for a second.
Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
This is not breaking news. The Boston Celtics are dead. I think they're dead. They looked defeated yesterday. They gave up. These Miami role players are hungrier than all of them. Boston shot like shit from 3. Also playing in Miami, those fans are nuts when they're not leaving the game 3 minutes early. Those fans are crazy. Miami looks hungry, man. And if they can get Tyler Hero back, that's going to be a weird team to play. And just the sandbagging son of a bitch, Miami Heat, just on their way to the freaking NBA Finals after being down in the play-in game.
There's a video. Did you watch the video of this Celtics player talking about the role players for the Heat?
No.
Okay, I'm going to try to find it.
Are they saying good things or are they saying stupid things?
He's saying stupid things.
Yeah,
which is just like he just gave them ammo.
Right. Stupid. All these undrafted dudes that are hungry as shit, outplaying these guys that are making tons of money on the Celtics. It's awesome to see. And just further showing that Spoelstra is an unbelievable coach who gets the best out of his players.
You see that the Celtics are 2-0 when Grant Williams talks mad trash to opposing players.
2-0 or 0-2?
0-2. 0-2. Sorry.
God, yeah, Grant Williams. I'm not like a huge, like everyone dogged him on the internet for the Jimmy Butler thing. Just do your job, dude. If you want to talk, like at least just be able to do your job. Just weird that you just let him unload on you. Also, Celtics, shame on you for being like, oh, we're letting Jimmy Butler kill us right now. Like someone else doesn't want to step up and guard him. I think this is like a very telling. Jaylen Brown has been terrible. I'm a big Jaylen Brown guy. I want the Knicks to go after Jaylen Brown this summer. He has been bad.
Let me see if I think he's the one who made the comment. Jaylen Brown who's got the, like, cornrows?
Which, Marcus Smart's got some green hair. Not Marcus Smart. Jalen's been the one that's wearing a mask and not wearing a mask.
No, that wasn't the Jaylen Brown.
So Jaylen Brown yesterday was guarding Big Bam in the post. I don't know if you saw it. Bam made a spin move. I've never seen a guy fall from a spin move. Jaylen Brown got crossed up on a spin move. It was the coolest thing because it was a big power forward and Bam making the spin move to make Jaylen Brown fall. The Celtics look cooked, man. Being down 3-0, I know that all the stuff is like they're probably going to steal one, right? They're going to make.
Well, ESPN has them at like 79% chance to win.
Dude, no team has come back from 3-0 in the NBA.
No. Well, 3-0?
3-1, they've come back.
3-1, they've come back. They've never come back. 3-0.
No, it doesn't happen. It's crazy. It doesn't happen in sports very often either, like any sports. So, I don't know, but like the Boston coaching has been so bad. There's just no adjustments. I think it was Bill Simmons had a tweet, not after last night's game, but the game before. Boston went like 7 minutes where they were getting torched, no timeout. Like, how do you sit back as a coach and you're just like, they give you so many timeouts. You get media timeouts, you get all these things, and you're just like, I'm gonna let my guys just get toasted right now.
We look like we're having a great. Oh, here it is. Nope.
Damn it. You would rather, as a fan or a player on a team, you would rather your coach take too many timeouts than not take enough timeouts. And people kill guys for taking timeouts. They're like, oh man, all these timeouts. Now we don't have any down the road. You know, there's 30 seconds left. We only have one timeout. Like, yeah, dude, because we used them all game. So you'd be at this point where you're in a position to maybe win. This guy stinks. Bring back Brad Stevens. The show. Well, actually don't, because I hate the Celtics. So keep this dude forever. He's awesome.
I thought I could find the video really quick. The internet let me down. The Celtics player was on the podium last night. He's like, their role players are playing above their expectations.
I mean, that's not wrong.
But he didn't say expectations. He made it, they're playing above their. Gosh, man. Anyway. It was another jab at the Heat. He was talking about Duncan Robinson, Vincent, someone else too, and he's just like these guys are just playing out of their normal. They made every shot. Like, congrats to them for playing outside of their normal capabilities. I can't remember.
This is the Bill Simmons tweet. Miami scored 46 points in the third quarter. This was not yesterday. This was game 3. Game 2. 46 points. Celtics never called a timeout. The Celtics started 7-0 run to start the fourth quarter. Spoelstra calls us timeout 94 seconds into the quarter. It's just coaching.
Yeah, coaching.
Just have a brain.
Well, we've been talking about Spell being one of the greatest basketball coaches right now.
Yeah, he is. There's no doubt. That team is good. They have a lot of guys that just know their role too. I feel like the Celtics just have a weird crisis sometimes where they do a lot of ball watching and they don't know their role, and the Heat just know their role. Great passing, guys hitting shots. It's cool to see.
We got the Heat going to be winning that series for sure. And then we have Lakers Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
And LeBron and AD. I feel like these are much closer games. I don't think we're getting blowouts like we are with the Heat Celtics.
No. And
there are lead changes throughout the games. The Lakers had game 3 up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then they just fell off. And then it wasn't even Jokic that came by. It was Murray. Jamal Murray went off. I think he made 20-something points in the fourth quarter, 27 points.
Yeah, this is the Denver Nuggets' fourth quarter scoring was Porter Jr. had a 3. Murray had a 2. Murray had a 3. Murray had a 3. Brown had a 3. Murray had a 3. It was Murray scored basically almost all their points.
Every point.
Murray had a 3, 2, and then it was Murray free throws to end the game. He had like 6 free throws or 7 free throws to end the game. Finished with a ton of points. We're very pro Denver podcast, as you could tell, whether it's betting or I've been a Denver guy since Jokic has been there. He's been my favorite player the last couple of years. So it's really cool to see. And especially Murray has been so good. He's had such great years, and then he had a really bad injury. It's awesome to see him playing at like this elite level because he looks unstoppable. Like his mid-range is elite right now. And the Lakers look tired.
Yeah, they look tired. Their role players also have not been doing. D'Angelo Russell's having a terrible,
awful series.
Awful series. Someone like one of the guys on Twitter, the Laker dudes, tweeted like, one of those little weird comments where they're like, they've count you out, number whatever. Was he 0, number 0?
Yeah, either 0 or 1, one of those weird
They're
numbers.
counting you out, number 0. They said you're washed up, number 0. They don't believe in you, number 0. And I commented that. I said, just hammer the under on this dude's individual stats. He's having a terrible series. He's not doing anything. That Austin Reeves dude, he is probably going to leave the Lakers next year.
Yeah, he's going to get paid and go somewhere.
He's having a great series. Rui Hortama,
from Japan.
Yeah, the guy from Japan, from Gonzaga. He's having a great series too. They should start that guy.
I think
he's shutting down Jokic.
Well, let's not go crazy.
Oh.
The narrative from ESPN, and you're falling for it, Mark,
okay,
is Rui Hachishaka is going to stop Jokic. And look what happens. They're up 3-0. Jokic has had 20 points in every single game, including triple-doubles on all of these, basically. And that's what the media wants to focus on is like, oh, well, they're going to make adjustments. Oh, Mo Bamba's going to come play. Like, okay, that's fine. Come win a game. AD looks good, but he runs out of gas. Same with LeBron. LeBron's had a weird series. I have not been impressed with LeBron. His shooting in the fourth quarter been bad. Jokic has never been known for his defense. So if they want to go at him with AD or whatever, they're going to have to do that. But they got Gordon in the middle. They got MPJ down there. They're a big, long team. And Murray's playing at like the best player in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's going off.
Him and Butler are playing extremely elite. I think Murray's playing better as a scorer, but Butler brings stuff on defense. That's awesome. If those two teams make it, which it looks like we're lined up for that, I think it's going to be awesome. I think the like common fan will be like, this sucks. Who the fuck are the Denver Nuggets? And you're like, okay, well, I'm going to watch some cool basketball and have some team win their first ring. So I think that's cool.
Watching the game, they keep trying to put AD to do something offensively against Jokic, but every time he just comes right down to the center where Jokic can just kind of
use his height a little bit. Yeah, I mean, look, if you're gonna I don't want to say bad, a average defender like Jokic, if you're gonna like how you allow him to like kind of stay in a game is like do stuff that's easy for him to protect. Correct. So like going into a 7-footer, if he just has to stick his hands up, like he's going to kind of at least have a chance to like combat that shot. If you got to make him move. You have to make him come out of the key. You have to make him run off screens, do other things, get him mobile. But if you're going to post him up, it's a coin flip as opposed to like making him run. So
it's a classic. We were shutting down Jokic thinking we're going to win, and Jamal Murray, they forget about Jamal Murray.
Right.
And he just has kind of gone off. Aaron Gordon really hasn't done much. Their other players haven't like.
No, but they're getting enough.
Yeah, they're just.
Bruce Brown is getting enough. Caldwell Pope, who was a Laker, people forget a couple years ago when they won the bubble. He's been going off well. All they need from Porter Jr. and Gordon is like between 10 and 15 points each, and like 6 rebounds each,
and their defense,
and to play defense and run up and down, and be lengthy and stuff. And they're doing that every single game, and that's all you need. I think. And I've said it before to you, like they're due for a stinker. The Lakers, unless they're just completely defeated, are going to win this next game. You just have to assume. They're also favored tonight. The Lakers are.
They are?
Yes. Which I know you're a big Nuggets underdog fan, which I'm all about.
Weird. Yesterday we were talking Heat Boston because it was -4 Heat at home or +4 Heat at home.
Yeah.
Home underdogs.
I thought Boston was going to pull his head out of his ass and win, and boy, that wasn't even close.
Well, tonight, who you got tonight? You gonna take the Lakers?
I would, but I hate that they're favorites. I think that if obviously got nothing else to lose. I think it's 3. The last I checked, Lakers must win. They're down 3-0. LeBron and the NBA script writers, I think they'll win tonight. If you get swept, there's going to be some serious talks. Obviously, the D'Angelo Russell thing has been weird because he hasn't been bad up until this series. This series has been a disaster for him. I don't know if it's just matchup, if it's just, and they keep ESPN just keeps showing him after the game shooting in the gym. Like, we get it, dude. He wants to work on his game. He just had a bad game. Like, we don't need to see that. It's whatever. That's what they're gonna do, though.
Well, then we have obviously. It's never happened down 3-0. We're going to have a Heat Nuggets finals.
It appears that way.
Unless the NBA scriptwriters come in and just like completely flip it. There's just no way it's Lakers Celtics.
No.
Who do you think has a better shot at winning a one game or winning their series? Like, if there was history to be made, who's going to do it?
I think Boston's the better team than Miami. At least from what we're seeing, it just the matchups and the coaching are really getting to them. I think Boston would have a better shot of coming back 3-0, but after getting blown out, they just look weird.
Yeah, you think everyone would say that, but I think that narrative has just made the Heat that much better.
True.
And they're just, I don't know, they've been underdogs in every single game, and they just are destroying the Celtics.
Yeah, they're playing with house money, and it just shows how relaxed they are. They're not tense. They're playing fun.
And they keep poking them.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. I would say Lakers just because of Legault. They did a press conference with him. They're like, oh, what are your thoughts on being the first to come back 3-0? And LeBron's like, yeah, that's what I plan on doing. And that can get you a little, like, if you're a teammate, you're like, okay, we're doing this.
True. You have to say it. I mean, and then when they end up losing, like, people forget about that quote because it's not like a boisterous thing. You're just trying to be honest. You're like, yeah, we're trying to be that team.
Yeah.
You're not like, we are going to do it.
We are. It's guaranteed.
Yeah, no.
Well, then we're going to have a Heat Nuggets. Bam versus Jokic, I don't think will be the matchup. And Jimmy Butler's not going to guard Jamal Murray.
He's going to have to, though.
I think they'll just put Vincent on.
Yeah, they might just role play and make guys fresh legs guard him. That kind of like a rotational thing, which might be smart. I mean, Spoelstra knows more basketball than I would ever even imagine. So I think that's what they would do is just have a rotation of guys just staying on him. But the Heat are going to have some size issues because they start Kevin Love and they start Bam.
That's what I was thinking.
It's just going to be – I wouldn't be shocked if Kevin Love
I think
plays Jokic and just tries his best because that's what Boston would do. Boston would be like, all right, Al Horford, go guard Jokic, and Jokic would make Al Horford turn into soup.
Yeah. Well, Al Horford, I think Bam's a little bit better than Al Horford, too. Al Horford's kind of had not a very exciting series.
Yeah, Bam's also like 12 years younger than him, too, so that's really helping.
Well, Al Horford wore a Miami shirt at the end of his, like a tropical button down on this. Everyone was like, oh, you're going to the beach after this?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
he's hanging out. He's an old dude.
I think they're not going to, I don't think they'll have Jimmy Butler guard him right away. But you're right, the Nuggets are the bigger team. Mm-hmm. Like Aaron Gordon's sneaky tall.
Yep.
Their guards are taller ends for their guards. So I think the Heat will have a little bit of a problem just on figuring out their roles in the first game. I think the Nuggets will win.
We'll see. It's been weird. This postseason has been interesting to say the least, with guys just coming out and playing out of their minds.
Yeah, I think the Heat and Nuggets are both humble teams to a degree.
Yeah.
You know, Jimmy Butler, as far as exciting he can be in the media, he's pretty humble. He doesn't like come out and try to stir the pot too much. He just tries to play his game. So I would think you're gonna have two humble teams. I don't think they're gonna really get underneath each other's skin verbally. I think they're just gonna play their game. I think if you just play your game outright, I think the Heat rely a lot more on that atmosphere and the tides that turn because of certain events. And I don't think the Nuggets will play into that.
True.
I think the Nuggets will just play their game.
They did have some bad blood a couple years ago with Jokic, almost killing Markieff Morris. And Jimmy Butler was on that Heat team, and he was talking a lot of shit to Jokic. So you never know. Maybe they don't like each other, but the Morris twins are not part of this series, so we'll see.
We'll see. It's going to be good finals. So
now you have to talk about the boring sport.
Do we have Big Ev?
We do, but I thought you were going to get into the shell.
Don't you want to get into the
I'm
going to get you to turn around to the NHL.
I got too much going on.
Well, okay. Well, we'll do
too much brain power on other sports. I respect hockey. I do. This is all joking aside, but I can't get into it. Like the names. I'll follow the teams.
I think that's the hardest part of hockey is I can't keep up with the names.
Yeah.
The names are insane. But, I mean, good things for hockey. Both series are 2-0.
Oh.
You've got I feel like I get to educate
Golden Knights, right?
The Golden Knights are over the Stars 2-0.
Good.
And then you got the Florida Panthers over the H word, the Carolina H word.
The Florida Panthers are up 2-0?
2-0.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Yes. And all 4 wins.
Overtime?
All of them are overtime.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Which is
good for the sport.
Good for the sport.
That's quadruple overtime? That's crazy.
That was almost – did it go 5?
9 hours.
Scored at I watched that game.
You watched all of it?
I didn't watch all of it. I watched the overtime ending. I watched the last 3 overtimes, which is another hockey game.
Yeah, they played 2 hockey games that night. Those guys must have almost died.
I thought you watched the following game and they did look sluggish, but they came through and they
probably immediately went to some sort of cold tub for 6 hours
for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the talk is that the Eastern Conference Final is pretty defense heavy.
Okay. And
that the Western Conference Final is pretty offense heavy.
That's code for the Eastern Conference doesn't have guys that score goals well.
Right. And they they say defense wins championships. So
yeah, I guess
maybe that will play out more important.
Is that every sport? Because that was a football thing, but then you can apply it to anything.
I don't think it applies to baseball.
Maybe fielding wins championships. Defensive, yeah. I don't know, which it certainly doesn't, but it doesn't hurt. So you could just argue it all the time.
I don't think it really plays forth in basketball.
Defense, yeah.
Wins championships though?
I don't know. That's people.
Who's the defensive player of the year, and has that guy won the finals?
The only team that comes to mind is those 2000s Detroit Pistons teams that gave up 70 points a game because they had Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace patrolling the middle, and no one scored on them, and they won a championship. Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. Those teams
I see how it takes. It doesn't take much to get you back to the NBA.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
but hockey,
they're good matchups. Everyone has the Knights winning. Everyone has the Panthers winning right now over the H words. Everyone thought I thought the Canes are number 1 in their bracket.
No, I thought Boston was.
I thought Boston was 2 and the Hurricanes were 1.
Boston had the best season of all time.
We'll fact check on the next episode. I'm pretty sure the Hurricanes are.
I don't know hockey. Boston had the best season of all time.
Right, but
How did they not have the 1 seed if they were the best team ever?
Well, you got to remember, it's weird.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
If it's weird, then
you're not going to be.
Why would that make sense? Why would the number 1 seed?
Well, because hockey has 4 divisions: the Pacific and something else, and then so they have
Atlantic.
4 divisions. So they have 4 1 seeds.
Dumb.
Well, I mean, that's the NCAA tournament. It has 4 brackets.
Okay.
So
2-0 both.
2-0 both. I think the Panthers are back in. They're in Florida, so they can finish.
They could finish it in
Florida, which would be huge. Actually, the guy who got the final goal. He just went straight to the exit. He's like, "Get us out of here.
We're going to Florida.
Get us home to Florida." The Knights won both in Vegas. They're going to Dallas.
Oh.
So that series.
You know what they say? It's not a series until the home team loses.
Okay.
So home teams win, still anyone's game because then it goes back.
Well, then that's not good for the Hurricanes because they're getting their ass kicked in Carolina,
in their own
which
place.
we found out was in Raleigh,
right?
North Carolina. We found out in the last episode. The more you know, the more you learn.
Not Charleston, South Carolina.
No. So good for the Hurricanes. I think we'll have a Vegas Panthers matchup. If that happens, at least me, gonna get you. I'm gonna do everything I can get to one of the matchups. I think that'd be fun.
You're gonna go to Vegas.
They're gonna go to Vegas. Yeah, I'll bring you along to
go to a game.
Yeah.
Boy, that ticket's gonna be hot.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll work on it. Hockey's looking good. I think it's on the up and up. That is our show for today.
Yeah, we can do our call-ins post.
Yeah,
regular.
We'll keep you posted. Mr. Pix was unable to call in today.
Okay,
that's okay for him. But we'll post his picks later today. We're going to give you our Western Conference final pick for today. I've been putting those on Instagram with the cool little graphics. Been learning how to do that. So pay attention to that.
Those have been neat.
Those have also been 3-0.
Yeah, let's not. We're going to spend the last 30 seconds telling you that Mr. Picks has been on a tear.
The heater.
So, look, is it going to come down? Probably. It's just the way of science and math. But, like, ride it now.
Right now.
I haven't been riding it. And I know the second I do, it's going to go down, so I'm going to not.
Cosmin, stay off it. You write it. That's been Sundown Sports. It's been episode 5. We love you. We thank you. You guys are amazing. You're the reason we do this. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. We're out.